50 cents a gallon for diesel and even less for gasoline. And we have over 100 different county and city agencies that use that system. So we're literally saving the county millions of dollars a year. And we're really excited about that. And we also, thankfully we don't have to use this very often, but we also have the ability to offer evacuation services where, God forbid, something happens at the airport, or in 2016 when we had the flooding. If you need to move a large group of people relatively quickly, KRT is going to be there to help you out. So we certainly appreciate having the ability to provide those services to your community. South Charleston is a huge player in our world, and we have a lot of passengers that we greatly appreciate. We're looking for ideas on how we can get better at what we do, and we're all ears, and I appreciate your all's continued support. And passing this resolution is extremely important to us, and thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you, Sean. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Thank you, Sean.
I'll let Monica speak.
Sure, go right ahead. Go right ahead, Monica.
Thank you. I'm Monica Mason, the Executive Director of Kanawha County Emergency Ambulance Authority, and thank you all for having us here this evening. We definitely appreciate the support that South Charleston gives Kanawha County Emergency Ambulance Authority. We have 57 licensed ambulances that cover 911 square miles of Kanawha County. We also have 13 stations within Kanawha County as well. We certainly do appreciate the continued support. I see Chief White on the Zoom there. We work really well with South Charleston Fire Department, and we continue to appreciate that support as well. And I echo what Sean said, we appreciate the support for the upcoming public safety levy for Kanawha County Ambulance. Is approximately 32% of our operating budget. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have any questions for Mike? Anybody? Okay, thank you all. So we have a motion, and a second to pass the resolution. Is there any further discussion or comments on this? Anybody? Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Resolution passes. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. All right, we are at item D. If you read that resolution, please.
Inducement resolution of the City of South Charleston declaring its intention to issue up to the maximum aggregate principal amount of $14 million commercial development revenue bonds, Southmore Apartments Project Series 2022, for the purpose of assisting in the financing of the acquisition, construction, rehabilitation, and equipping of a commercial project to be located in the City of South Charleston, West Virginia.
Get this on the floor, and I'll get Ryan White's here, the bond counsel. Get it on the floor, and then we'll get some more explanations. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Lilly. This basically, I'll turn it over to Ryan for the nuts and bolts, but basically this will be a good thing. First of all, we're not borrowing any money. We're just being a conduit, kind of like we do for Thomas Hospital at times. So the City of South Charleston is not going to be a bondholder. We're just a conduit. This is an opportunity for the ownership of Southmore to make significant improvements to that housing development, and I think Ryan will give you a little bit of detail what they're going to do. He's told me about it. I think it's going to be really good for that complex up there. So Ryan, I'll turn it over to you, and then we'll let council ask any questions.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the first step in this whole project. There's going to be multiple steps, including a public hearing that's required by federal law called a TEFRA hearing. This basically is a project that Scott Cano, who's the owner and who I've been working with closely the last couple of years, is going to do $14 million worth of notes, and this is something that is basically allowed because of what happened in the previous legislative session. The legislature passed Senate Bill 686, which allows the Housing Development Fund to allocate their volume cap to local governments, and that was very good because this project may not have happened without that piece of legislation. So he is going to do $14 million worth of notes from Freddie Mac, which this will be the first of such types of notes in the state of West Virginia. This program was done 5 years ago, and West Virginia has not been able to, and because of this legislation, they can now do that. It's also going to utilize tax credits from the Housing Development Fund, 4% tax credits, and then some of his own money. So he's going to put $7 million into rehabilitation, approximately $7 million if I'm correct. They're gonna put a swimming pool in there, and significantly upgrade a lot of the housing up at Southmore. So, this is, like I said, this is the initial step. The city will not be responsible for any payments. This is just a way for the developer to basically get the tax exemption and to utilize the tax credits. In order to do the tax credits, the 4% tax credits, you have to have more than 50% of the project be done through tax exempt notes. So, if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions. And Scott Cannell will be at the TEFRA hearing, which we're trying to schedule for the next city council meeting. He'll be available by Zoom. He unfortunately has some health issues. He does plan on coming down to the city in May, but he can't travel until May.
Ryan, did I not, in our conversations you and I have had, did you not tell me he's done this in other parts of the country as well with a lot of success?
He has housing developments in California and in Michigan, and several other states. I'm not sure exactly how many. I only deal with the ones in West Virginia. He has a couple. He has at least 3 in West Virginia, I know, and he plans on doing more of these using this program. This is the first one he wants to do, and he likes to say that this is going to be the nicest low-income housing development in the entire state when it's done.
Okay, good deal. Anybody have any questions for Ryan? Anybody at all? I think it'll be a good project. Okay. Thank you. Ryan is he's playing a dual role tonight too. He wants to talk about his other issues. A little lighter than this one, but that's okay. Go ahead, Ryan.
I think, as many of you know, I'm on the school board and I'm up for re-election, and I always like to come to the city of South Charleston City Council to talk about it and let you know I'm here. And I mean, as you may know, as many of you know, I grew up in South Charleston for the first 13 years of my life, and I've always had fond memories of South Charleston. My law office was here, and I was very proud to be there, and I like South Charleston, so I appreciate the support. I mean, as far as school board is concerned, our main issue is because of the pandemic, we have to get our kids back up to speed, up to where they were prior to the pandemic, and we need to make sure that our school system is putting the resources that they need in order to get them back academically and emotionally and socially because of what happened with the loss of school there. So that's one thing I'm pushing for. Long term, I mean, our facilities aren't in the best shape. I think prior to me being on the board, there's been 20 to 30 years of deferred maintenance that happened in our school system. So I'm going to continue, as I did before, to push for major investments in all our school facilities, and so that we can get better facilities in our county. I mean, this doesn't affect you guys as much, but I'm also one of the big reasons I ran is because I want to make sure those schools in the Elk River Valley, Clendenin, and Hoover get built. And,
Yeah.
I didn't want
My
to leave the
goodness.
board until that happens.
Yeah.
You might be there a while.
Right?
Yeah.
It should be done in the next couple of years.
Yeah. Let's hope. Yeah, I feel for those kids down there. They haven't been able to have a brick and mortar school to go to.
So I've always been more than happy to talk to the mayor, any President Walker, any council member, anybody here in South Charleston. If you want to get a hold of me, if you have any issues with the school board, just let me know. If you need my information, the mayor's got it, Kathleen's got it, and I'll be happy to talk to anybody.
Okay. Don't have any questions for Ryan on that front? I can echo, he has been accessible anytime I've needed to reach out to him about an issue. He's always been accessible there for us. So I can honestly echo, he just said was correct. So, okay, Ryan, thank you very much. And we have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the resolution. Is there any further discussions on that? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Sure, bring it on up.
Start date, I guess I should ask that while you're up there.
With what?
When are they gonna start this project?
They're right now shooting for July. I've been a part of many of these types of projects.
Sure.
HUD is very hard to deal with, and that's one of the reasons why we want to get this done, so that we can get some notice to HUD that the city is.
Because they're in my door, so I want you calling you instead.
That's fine. Good. Okay, let's move on. Consideration of any bids, Councilman Sabal.
Yes, sir, this evening we have one, it's a motion to accept a bid for irrigation system parts. The Finance Committee of South Charleston City Council has met and considered the following bid, which was obtained as a sole source supplier in accordance with the provisions of the South Charleston Charter and ordinances, and after careful consideration is the recommendation of the Finance Committee to award the following bid: Ewing irrigation products for various irrigation system parts, $11,293.31. There is a list available. All items are within the budget amounts for these purchases and will be paid from the fiscal year 2022 funds from the golf course line items. This is a motion. Do I have a
Is there a
second?
second? Second by Councilwoman Walker. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please, Trina.
Councilman Sabal?
Yes.
Councilman Spurlock?
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo?
We lost him.
Oh, he's trying to.
Dave, it's your vote.
Yes.
Thank you, buddy.
Councilwoman Walker?
Yes.
Councilman Reimer? Councilman Lilly?
Yes.
Councilman Strider?
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker?
Yes.
Mayor Mullins?
Yes.
Thanks for checking.
Well, I didn't hear you because that's unusual.
Fine. You were paying attention.
Consideration, anything else, Councilman Snyder?
Yes, sir, at this time, make a motion to approve to submit budget to the audit, the budget as presented to the auditor's office.
For a second,
Second.
roll call vote.
Councilman Sabal?
Yes.
Councilman Spurlock?
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker?
Yes.
Councilman Lilly?
Yes.
Councilman Strider?
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker?
Yes.
Mayor Mullins?
Yes. Anything else, Jamie?
No, that's it this evening, sir.
Okay, thank you all. Straight to department heads then. Department head reports. I know Chief has something. We'll see if anybody else goes first. Anybody? Department heads, anybody have anything? We'll get to questions in a minute. Chief, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to recognize some people that have gotten promoted recently. Some as far back as like December of 20, when COVID was going and we weren't meeting and everything, so. Daniel, you and Jordan come up first. When Lieutenant Miller retired, these guys got promoted, and Daniel Johnson's now sergeant. Daniel is in charge of our K-9 unit now. He's the supervisor of it, and we're planning on, maybe next council meeting, we're gonna bring both K-9s in. He's telling me one has to be over there and one over here, they don't get along real well. Or we may be one in, but just briefly tell them the last couple of weeks what's been going on with K-9s real quick.
Oh, goodness. So the last month or so, we've partnered with the U.S. Postal Inspectors. We've been doing a lot of sniffs for their interdiction unit, and we've seized a decent bit of fentanyl, some cocaine, some meth, a few pounds of weed, and almost $40,000 from the Postal Service. And that's just they do all the legwork, and our dogs go in and give them the probable cause for the federal search warrant. When that happens, especially on the money end of it, we can dag a little bit of that and hopefully roll it back into the K-9 unit. So,
I saw the list. It was impressive. It was impressive.
it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a
And
good relationship we're building.
It's a very good relationship.
They've been calling us over a lot of other places, and we met with two of their supervisors today. And we may be expanding our involvement with them a little bit. It's working out pretty good. So they're two real decent guys, and they're pleased our dogs, and we're pleased that they're calling us over everybody else. So it's a good thing. Jordan, like I say, got promoted. Jordan's recently got transferred. He's all clean today and looks good, but he's going into, he'll be going into street crime, so he may be, I don't know, his hair may be orange or something crazy. But we're glad he's been on light duty a couple weeks there, longer than he wanted to with his hand. He had a hand issue, got hurt on duty, and we finally got him all healed up. So these two guys, Sergeant and Corporal, congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Appreciate it. Dakota, come on up. Dakota, we had a gentleman that made rank while he was in the military, and came in, took the test, and then he went back to the military, and he finally came back after about 5 years and stayed probably 2 months and left. And Dakota was pleased because Dakota got promoted to corporal then. Dakota's back in patrol now. He was over in the drug unit for a period of time, and he did a heck of a job over there. We're glad to have him on patrol because he's going to be one of our FTOs here soon. And we're trying to get a lot more training out of these young guys and everything. We're counting on him.
Congratulations.
Thank you. While I'm talking about that, we have 3 starting the academy Monday. We just had 1 graduate Friday. We're giving another test in April 23rd. We're still just trying to get back up to our fighting weight, but we're getting there. And I'm going to put him on the spot. He's just come in to probably take his wife home. Travis, come up here a minute. And he just got back from... It's all right.
He didn't get the memo of it.
No, Travis just got back from school. He's been in Lebanon, Virginia, or something like that. What we did this last academy class is we've done it before, and they asked for a fellowship officer, and from our department, and we thought Travis would be the guy for the job, and he'd never done it, but he went down there. He was part of the academy staff for the whole time this last class. Got rave reviews on him. He some days were short, some days were extremely long. And there for about 3 days, I think Hannah might have saw him once or saw a sign that he might have been there. But he's done a bang-up job down there, and him being there, when he's there, the tuition for the guys is free for our guys, and he's going to go back one more time with these 3, and that helped us get 3 slots. Slots are hard to come by, so he definitely. That job fits him. He's done a bang-up job, and I can't thank him enough. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate it. You other 4 guys, come on up. Just got
There they go.
Captain Rader retired in October and took a civilian job. He's in charge of, like y'all saw a couple council meetings ago, all of our body cameras. So that enabled a lot of people to get promoted during that time. And when he retired, his actual civil service slot was a lieutenant slot. And Fred Bean got promoted to lieutenant with him retiring. Fred's at the high school. It's his 2nd year at high school, right? He'd been a resource officer at the middle school for some time, and he's been up there 2 years, and he's battled all the COVID issues and everything else, and he's doing a bang-up job for us up there and trying to keep the staff in line. He's probably a little calmer on the job than Stan was. Stan was always a little more hyper and everything, but you got anything to tell him, Fred, or anything? Okay.
Fred?
Okay. John Keeney got promoted to sergeant on this list. He's been in the detective bureau. He's going to stay there. John's does a bang-up job over there. He's got a lot of good people skills. He's a heck of an investigator, and we're going to leave him over there. And talking to the military, he did a couple stints when he came on too, and he's out of the military now. He's here to stay with us. Congratulations, Fred. These two gentlemen, Dave Harvey got promoted to corporal. Aaron Chapman got promoted to corporal. Dave always has the beard, so that'll tell you where he's probably assigned without me announcing it. He's been with us a few years, and he's over at the indent, and he's doing a bang-up job over there. Checks in with us a lot. We he's over here a lot at the station, talking to the guys, getting more information, what's going on over the city, and what they need to look into. He's been a real good fit over there, and they like him real well. Aaron's been with me a while. Aaron's a former all-state football player. Always tell everybody that. We got two of them, him and Tony Messer. Aaron has stepped up with his corporal's job, and he's one of our range officers. We increased some range officers. We added Aaron to that, and he's taken a lot of weight off of Crowder and I's back in terms of ordering ammo and helping us order ammo. And we just got some new shotguns. We got a lot of new things going on at the range. We really struggled at the range with COVID because we couldn't get out there as much and everything. And we've actually already qualified our required state qualifications, and we're still going to get one more in before the time's up. And we recently transferred to those new guns, and I think they're working out. And Aaron's going to he's been and he's going to continue to be a true asset to our range staff, and he's one of our training officers as well. So congratulations, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all,
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, guys. And that's, like I say, we got 3 more starting Monday. Crowder and I gave you a big pep talk this morning, and they start Monday morning, and hopefully it's a little bit of a condensed program. They stay there for 5 weeks, then they get to come home. It used to be they stayed there the whole time, and the academies had to work and structure things a little different with COVID and all that and everything. But like I say, Travis has helped out immensely. He's able to, by sort of we scratched each other's back. They wanted him back, and we held out for 3 slots, and really we got a deal in place. We think we got a deal going. We might get 4 slots maybe, the way what's working out. But he's been a real asset. I'm proud of all these guys. They dressed up tonight, looked sharp, and we're still headed in the right direction. We get a lot of good work done, and we're going to, like I say, if you know of anybody, we've been out on social media and everything trying to recruit. We're giving a test Saturday the 23rd up at the high school. And like the national trends, the numbers have been down. And so if you think of anybody, I got these guys out recruiting, and we've been hanging out posters, and we sent flyers to all the colleges, and we're doing all the things we normally do, and hopefully we'll have a decent turnout, because we're going to get up to 50. That'll give us a lot more options. So, okay,
Yep.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief.
Anybody got any questions? Thank y'all.
Congratulations to all of you. Proud of you. Congratulations. Okay, anybody else have any questions for department heads? Any comments? If not, I need a motion to recess.
Make a motion to
Is there a
recess.
second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by aye. Opposed? Meeting recessed. Got it right this time.